just waiting for it to kick in there. It says I still have to wait a minute.
Let's go. Ready.
I have to wait because it won't let me do it.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I mean, like
What's up, football tennis? There you go. See, you have to wait. It won't let me do it ahead of time.
I think that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait for this one.
Okay. There we go. Alex Couillard, who's been messaging me. Martina Patron. Hi, football tennis. Hey yo. Hey yo. Hey yo.
If anyone is playing the fantasy team prize competitions, and I don't mean this just a prize competition. For those people that are playing the fantasy team competition as well, the competition for $250 or multiple other prizes, new tennis racket of your choice. Anyway, if you're playing that, I'm doing a full round 3 update at the end of this. So stay tuned. Depending on time, I will read the remaining competitors' teams, or if we've really gotten kind of long-winded, which is always great, then I'll just read the leaderboard. We just finished watching the Roger Federer Kopfer match, and Roger Federer did pull that out. We're going to talk about that momentarily.
That was a long match, interesting match. Football said interesting match. Just throw my draft away. Don't worry, we did.
So at the end of this, at the very end, I will do a full recap of the fantasy team and the biggest pot, the $250 giveaway, and we'll just take it from there. All right, hello and welcome back to another 5K tennis discussion. Let's go! Let's go, Ric Flair! Woo! Ric Flair, I'm so ready for this one today. Come on, all right. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's get the chat going now. I do want to say thank you to Ryan Mason, to Wildlife 1, to B-Doggo 2, to Sister to Queen, and how many other people were...
Wayne Chia, Alex
Couillard, to all of you that have been with us all day long for the matches. That's why we love to do what we do, because it's with all of you. Okay?
I'm sure Federer's tired after that match.
Yes, as usual, we always like to start the show with shout-outs. I am starting this show today with a big-time shout-out to someone that was with us from the very beginning. A quick fast-forward or rewind, Carl and I, one day in 2018, just prior to the start of Wimbledon, decided to go out on the back porch and say, you know what, let's just hit record on YouTube and let's just talk about tennis. Fast forward to now, and we are here. So yesterday I was sitting, I guess it was upstairs, I was fixing to go to sleep, and I had a message that came from someone by the name of Simone Simonovic, and I say someone. Simone Simonovic was there from the very beginning. So, he sent me a message last night that said, and I quote, Daniil Medvedev is very close to week 2. What does that mean? I was on Cam Williams' channel, and by the way, much love to Cam Williams. Today we had the lovely opportunity, as always, to listen to Cam break down matches, and it was really kind of cool to see like a chain, like you know when you pull through a drive-through and you get fast food, even though we don't really eat that. I'm just making a metaphor, and then you pay for the person behind you. What do you call it? Pass it on. It was really. It was
pay it forward.
Pay it forward. It was really cool because everyone during this match, not everyone, but I mean pretty much everyone, and everybody had really good energy, and they kept tipping the young man for doing such a great job. And
he does a great job.
That he does.
It. Absolutely.
Deserves it and more.
I mean, geez, he's up at 6 a.m. It was 6 a.m. in Australia.
Yeah.
I can't imagine at 6 a.m. having, I mean, I wake up at 5. I do have energy, but to be talking in front of people at 6 a.m. and having all that energy, he deserves it and more. Because there's people out there that copy him, and
yeah, there's copycats abound, but yet he continues to keep his head above water, I guess you could say. So
yeah, bravo, and I'm glad, and they should donate more to him, because there's a lot of people that can't watch it on TV or don't have TV, or maybe they listen to it on their phone. You know, sometimes you can't download certain apps or go to certain links because they're illegal. Instead, they can hear him, and they can, you know, hear the match, and he does it with such excitement. So good for him.
Yeah, and it's really fortuitous for us, because when we go teach the internet here on the little island that we live, So if we cut out, by the way, if this video cuts out,
I'll get rid of it, Alex. Don't worry.
what?
He said, Carla, get rid of Peacock TV. Laugh out loud.
We will. Thank you. I told him to remind you. We'll talk about.
Hold on. Hello, Armand Jordan. Hey, 5K tennis dropping in for sure support. Thank you.
Let's go. We haven't heard from him in a while, by the way. We haven't heard from Armand Jordan in a while.
Mm-hmm.
How you been,
I
bro?
will get rid of it. We'll talk about the whole Peacock thing and the whole shameful thing that Tennis Channel NBC has done with tennis.
Okay, let me go back to my shout out because it's an important one. Simone Simonovic sent me a message last night, and all it said, and I quote, is Daniil Medvedev is very close to the second week. What does that mean? Mm-hmm. I was watching Cam Williams do his wonderful thing and break down his matches, and I sent a message to, not a message, but it was live chat, and I sent a message to someone that had made a comment that indicated if Daniil Medvedev makes the second week, I'll eat my shoe. Like my shoe. I'll chew on my shoe. I'll eat my shoe. So I saw it, and I was like, ha, ha, ha. I'll eat it with you. And then his response was, or her, that I have two shoes. So what I'm getting at is Simone Simonovic saw this and made it a point after a long time no see to remember that and remind me thereof. Simone Simonovic, by the way, first saw our channel. Does anyone remember in 2010 when John Isner and Nicholas Mahut went 70-68 in the fifth set, spanning 11 hours and 3 days of playing time? And then fast forward to 2018 where John Isner was playing Kevin Anderson and it was 26-24 in the fifth. We remember this, right? Mm-hmm. When Simone Simonovic saw our fourth show ever, he started then. And that's how long he's been around. So what I wanted to say is much love to Simone. I hope you're well. He's in Serbia, by the way, and you are truly OG. So much love, bro. I can't say that enough. Here's the giveaway for today, though. You ready for the giveaway today?
Yeah.
The first person that can find this video on our playlists and copy it and paste it in comments here or in the chat, whatever, I'll send you $20 US right now by either Venmo, PayPal, or some other secure source. If it has to be like cashier's check by mail, I can't do that here. But if you have PayPal, Venmo, whatever, and you can find that video, and it should be pretty much the first few that you see.
Yeah.
Ever.
I found it. If I found it, you can find it.
I'll send you $20 US right now while we're doing this. Mm-hmm. No questions asked. I'm just checking the messages, right?
Yeah. I found it pretty easily, and it's pretty shocking how we go back to our videos. We're like, wow. All right.
Much love, Simone Simonovic. Much love to you.
I know our sound needs help. We're at our house. Yeah. It's kind of empty right now.
That must be someone new.
I guess you did that whole Ray thing. But I guess if for those viewers that have been with us for a long time, they know that our
sound sucks.
Our house was destroyed
by a
hurricane. We just got back in here, so it's kind of empty right now.
Yeah.
So you kind of hear the echo. Yeah. So our sound sucks, but that's okay. I don't care.
In September of last year, Carla and I and our 5 children and dog were left homeless, literally, by a hurricane. The house was destroyed. Mm-hmm. We are just getting back into it after 8 months living, and we were very lucky to live there in a small room at a church with all of us kind of packed into 2 kind of small rooms. And we're here, so we're very happy to be here, and we're actually more pleased than ever to have an echo.
Yeah, I like the echo.
I like the echo too. It makes me feel like home.
Hey, what's up, Gene? How are you? That means that if it's 6:07 here, you're what, at midnight right now? Can you guys believe that Federer had to play a match that late?
I think it's kind of shameful that Roger Federer had to be pushed on an outer court. Well, not outer court, but the center court, but a nighttime session after the fans had a curfew, so there was no fans. But before we get there, I have one more shout out. Okay, before we get there. My next shout out is to Sister to Queen. If you're new to the channel, Sister to Queen and I have always written each other poems. Sister to Queen is a really wonderful person. She's a nurse. She's in Southern California, and she travels internationally with her mother when she can to watch tournaments. So 2 days ago, I wrote her a poem. I read it. I won't do it again. But can you find her poem that I sent you text message so I can read it back?
Definitely. So
what I'm going to do is I'm going to read Sister to Queen's poem that she wrote back to me. One of my favorite movies is with Janet Jackson and Tupac Shakur, Poetic Justice. So I call her my Poetic Justice. So here is Sister to Queen's reciprocation to my poem. Are we ready? Okay. This was her message. I wrote her a poem and she responded with awe. I love you too. Thanks so much for the poem, Justin, my tennis brother. Let's go. Sorry I missed the live show. It feels good to lead. She plays fantasy team and she is in the lead, still first place. It feels good to lead after the first 2 rounds, but I'm sure this will come to an end soon. And yes, it may, because Kasper Dedseville, a.k.a. Kasper Dedseville, he's in Poland. He's won the fantasy team twice, so he's the GOAT. He is the soon-to-be maybe 3-time champion. But she says, I'm sure this will come to an end soon. Dang, Sabalenka. And here's a little verse back at you. So she dropped a little poetry here, so here we go. She says, quote, most of my players play tomorrow, and it could be over for me in this fantasy league. But I have to say it has been a lot of fun indeed. Okay, pretty catchy. I think for Wimbledon, I'll need to forget about a team. There will only be one man in my dreams, and he'll have to erase the nightmare of 4015.
That has to be Federer.
Yeah.
Has to be Federer.
Well done. Well done. I still think I owned you on that one, though. Still think I owned you. All right. Last shout out. Once again, we talked about it earlier. Cam Williams. He makes it. How do I say this? He makes us be able to listen to matches while we are on the court with students, and that makes Cam priceless to us. Much less, he's a fine young man.
Yeah, and I guess for some of the guys that are new in there in that chat, I guess Justin told me about this. I didn't know, but we do talk about tennis. A lot of the viewers that are there have been with us for a long time. We don't talk about. Cam does a different thing. He does the matches. We talk what happened in the matches, what's going on in the tennis world, what we agree with and what we don't agree with.
We're more of a family setting. So we're not your... Yeah, we don't do this for income. I think we said this yesterday. We made $19 in 6 years of doing this. Our goal is a family of tennis fans. The last night we were talking about toxic family members. Again, we don't do this to impress anyone. We just do this because we enjoy talking to family, and that's it. Because sometimes family these days is even tough to come by. So that's where we'll leave that. Thank you so much.
Elvis Presley, I agree with you. The night sessions are a joke. The whole curfew thing is crazy to me because we're in Alabama, USA. You know, I know most of you guys are in Europe, but right now there's people vacationing. No one's wearing masks. There are no mask restrictions. There's nothing. There's not even social distancing. So for us, it's odd to see that there's a curfew. There's no fans because everyone here is living a normal life.
Yeah, the U.S. is back to normal. There isn't. It's done here, at least for the most part. All right, we're going to start the actual tennis part of the show. Much love. Look, we never forget where we came from, and this show started on our back porch with very few people, and that's what we will always do. There was a movie with Adam Sandler called Spanglish, where he had a restaurant, and his thing in the movie is he never wanted to forget where he came from, and that we will not do because we're full-time coaches. So, again, we do this for peace of mind and sanity, and venting to you guys is our sanity. All right.
No, Ben, we'll talk about predictions. He asked Sissy versus PCV. We'll talk about that in a second. Yes, a lot of people are being vaccinated here. You know, I think they even lowered it to 12-year-olds or 16-year-olds can now get vaccinated. Yeah. So like I said, by the way, we live in Dauphin Island, Alabama, and we are so booked up that there are no hotels, no vacation homes. They're all booked up until the end of August.
Yeah.
That's how crazy
even our
here.
Good friend from Cincinnati that always gives us Western and Southern Cincinnati Open gear. He had to stay 50 miles away, or no, like an hour and a half away in Long Beach, Mississippi, near where Ryan Mason lives. All right, so the first topic...
Hold on a second. Yayan says, France just came out of lockdown a couple weeks ago, I think, but I do agree a curfew is a weird concept. It just seems like they're in jail. Watching that Federer match to me with no fans, I said, what about this guy would have lost? It would have been the last time we would have seen him on TV and none of the fans got to watch it.
Yeah, bacteria goes to sleep at 6:30.
Don't get it.
All right, Carla has a clip to start the show. We're tennis coaches. You all know this. Carla has a coaching video that we saw earlier today.
Yes.
Carla's going to show you a video clip. And this video clip was to promote or to let some coach with an ego let everybody know that he was, I guess, doing a great job working his student. We're going to show you a video clip, and if you are a staunch player, fan, coach, anything, Let's look at this video, and you tell us. Do you know where it is?
Yes, I got it. But this is why I'm talking about that. And I'm American, and he's American. But why Americans are dumb, unless you know in tennis, unless you know about the sport or you played it. They hire these coaches with accents that go, no, okay, very good, let's go, come on. This has to be the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yes, we talked about for years on this show that in the United States, tennis is failing because they just hire anybody with an accent, and then you get stuff like this. Let's check this out because this is comical. I want to see this.
Okay.
Physicality to your game, you need to pay the price. You need to develop a strong core for your foreign
You gotta turn it over.
community to play this game. Good.
No, trust me. If I go like,
Who's a beauty? Good, breathe. Now it's time to work with the med ball. Let's go, champ. Let's go. Go. Good. Raise up. Use the legs. Raise up. Extend your body. Good. Fantastic. Good.
fantastic, good, okay.
Last one. Now with the racket. Racket. Go. Up. Strong. Good. And go with the legs. Go, jump. Good.
What is the point of this?
Jump, go, very good. Back, and go, go, jump.
Here comes the dangerous part.
Up, explode.
He's going to have homeboy jumping over the net.
Good. Bring your feet together and explode. Good. Now it's time to put all the explosives
This is
together.
insane here.
Play a game against yourself, covering both sides of the net. Back on the side, forehand, one. Up, good. Back on the side.
Oh my god. What the?
Hey, so by the way,
Oh my god.
hey, so my idea here is for Jim Churchill. Look, Jim Churchill, if you're new here, and
He's obviously watching.
and I know you are, we could care less what ideas are good or bad. This is a family situation, so if the camera video isn't good enough for you, get lost. We could care less. I'm just saying, it's just not what we're about. This is where we want to come to relax at the end of the day. And criticisms we take, but bullshit.
Yeah, I don't do the whole
bullshit can just
computer
walk, bro.
Can you believe that? Can you imagine telling your student, okay, now you're gonna play against yourself?
Yeah. And by the way,
Oh my God.
the only thing we can afford to do is my cell phone and that tripod, and if that's not good enough for anybody, then we could honestly care less. And we'll say that positively. 5 kids, a dog, and a hurricane reconstructed
Who
house.
cares?
Get
But can
lost,
you
man.
imagine
Whatever, dude.
the coach telling you, good, now
James
jump,
Churchill.
jump,
Come on.
jump, hit. Okay, good. Okay, now we go to the net.
Yeah.
Okay.
And no, and then.
Can you imagine you training, jumping over the net, hitting a shot, jumping over the net? How does this benefit you in tennis?
By the way, Carla, in your tennis career, which is spanning now 41 years, has there ever been a time where you've watched some bozo try to jump over the net and their foot clips the tape and they fall on the ground and break some major bone?
What coach would
happens.
I guarantee you that coach charges a lot. Probably more than $120 an hour.
All right, let's start with the Federer match. Let's go.
I
Federer
don't
match.
train like that. As a matter of fact, he yells at our son for jumping over the net.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Federer match. Let's go. First of all, the Federer match was a really good match. It was a nice match, fun to watch. But here in the United States, we had to download an app on one of my children's video game consoles so we could watch it on the television. So here we are, Roger Federer, 20-time major champion, tied with Rafael Nadal for the most ever, with Novak Djokovic knocking on the door. And in the middle of the afternoon on a rainy, may I say rainy, hence why we're not teaching right now, but a rainy Saturday, we had to go through hoops to find this match. Thoughts, Carla?
I thought it was a crappy, shitty shame on freaking NBC. First of all, we were watching the Tennis Channel, which is expensive and outrageous, which is probably most of you that are even still logged in.
$200 a month.
Listen to it on YouTube from Cam Williams, which you can't afford that.
Yeah.
I can't afford it. I mean, we rent this house. The
Yeah.
owner pays for it. I wouldn't pay for it out of pocket, just saying.
Yeah.
And we teach tennis and we've played tennis our whole lives. NBC had one match, right?
Yeah, they had
Half a match?
They had Brady and
Half a match because Brady retired.
and Stevens.
So then they put Serena while Berrettini and Kwan are playing. They didn't put that match because
the rerun of the Serena match.
right, because one's Italian, I think one's Korean or Japanese, I'm not sure. So then they say you must go to Peacock to watch the Federer match. I'm like, what the hell is Peacock? I've never heard of it. So then I'm sending messages to a whole bunch of viewers and they're like, oh, you have to log in and you got a free trial, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, so I do it to watch the Federer match. Shame on Tennis Channel. What the hell? Why do people pay to watch matches if you can't even put a Federer match that's important, the last match, that you have to put it on a different channel on Peacock, so put your credit card in and cancel it before the 7 days get there.
Yeah, now,
shame on them.
And Alex QER is the one that just reminded us to cancel that, because if you don't, we'll forget about it tomorrow and we'll still be getting charged that. A sad situation for sure.
Here you got a 20 Grand Slam champion. Everyone in the USA know who Federer is. Why wouldn't you put that match on NBC? Why wouldn't you put that match on ESPN or the Tennis Channel? This is why American tennis sucks. William Chia, that lives in Singapore, sends me a link from where he's watching it free. I could have watched it without doing all of that. Shitty.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah. To the point where, as you ask yourself, what chance do we have to rebuild the tennis foundation here in the U.S.? I don't know. If we can't find a Roger Federer match in the middle of the afternoon on a Saturday, that's a tough thing to swallow. By the way, Roger Federer could not buy a first serve in this match. Second set, first serve purchase it wasn't happening.
Ryan said he paid $140. Is that what you pay for Tennis Channel?
Who?
Tennis Channel?
We pay we
don't pay. That's
the package that we get a sports package, and the sports package is like $116 US a month. And you have like ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN3, ESPN College, Tennis Channel, Fox Sports Southwest, East, whatever. But that's what it costs. And then, but what I'm getting at is all of those channels did not have that match. They didn't have the match. And I'm like, look, I'm paying $116 a month for all these channels. That's when finally I was like, Cam, bro, I had to give him some money. I sent him like $20 and then another $5, because I'm like, dude, I'm spending down $25. I mean, I'm spending $200 and $116 a month, and I get nothing.
Yeah, that to me that's crazy. It's
crazy, man.
It's a disgrace to Federer. On top of that, the commentators.
Not just the Federer, to tennis fans. Forget it.
On top of that, the commentators, John Mack or whoever the other idiot was, hey, Peacock Feathers or Peacock whatever. Hey, Peacock this, Peacock that. I'm like, what the hell?
It was obviously a constant pitch to advertise this Peacock thing. I don't think Federer was too terribly pleased about the night session. Usually players want the night session, but why wouldn't he be pleased with this night session? No fans, curfews in place.
Yeah.
Let's get to the match. Federer couldn't buy a first serve. Somehow he pulled this match out, and I'm guessing because he was playing a run-of-the-mill type player like Kopfer. No disrespect to him, but this is just, for this match to go 7-6, 6-7, 7-6, and then a fourth set, and we started this show right as the fourth set ended. What was the final fourth set score? 7-5?
Yeah.
I think here, if I'm Novak Djokovic and you're Rafael Nadal, let's role play this. I think if I'm Novak Djokovic watching this match, I'm like, oh.
I'm sure they were laughing.
Like, damn.
I'm sure they were laughing. First of all, the French Federation, what's going on here? Why would you put Federer as your night match knowing there's a curfew? Be stupid.
That's an easy answer.
Stupid.
Because they assumed that Federer would, of course, roll right through it, and and it wasn't a big deal. So I think that French media, not the Tennis Federation, the media has control over the airwaves, not the tournament. But I'm assuming they thought it would be a walk in the park.
Michael, why shouldn't you be wearing masks? We're in the USA. I don't know where you're from. They took that off here a while ago.
Yeah, we're not under any restrictions here. There is no restrictions where we are. That's in the past.
Yeah.
At least for us and where we live.
Mm-hmm.
Roger Federer couldn't buy a first serve. He couldn't buy a break point. Within the first two sets, at one point, Roger Federer was 0 for 9 in break point opportunities. Now, can you tell me if he plays Djokovic or Nadal, which if he wins his next round, he will?
Mm-hmm.
Are you telling me that Djokovic and Nadal are going to go 0 for 9 break points against him?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
Let me tell you, he did say that he didn't expect to win the French Open. He's trying to get some practice matches. So, I mean, that's all we can expect. The guy is going to turn 40. He's got my birthday, because my birthday's 8/8. I'll be 42. He'll be 40.
Yeah.
And, I mean, He did well. He's going to play Berrettini, who had a walkthrough match pretty much. First set was tough.
First set was tight.
Yeah, but, you know, it's going to be an interesting match. I don't know. I mean, good for him. He should have won that match in 3 sets, honestly.
0 for 9 break points leading into somewhere in the middle of the second set. I'm sorry, but if you can't take 0 out of 9 break points, that's an issue. It's different if you're playing a big server like, you know, say Isner or Opelka or someone like that, or Karlovic over the years. Name it. Maybe even you could throw the mighty Pete Sampras in there. But if you go 0 for 9 break points and you're 39, soon to be 40 on August 8th, you really have no shot against, especially Nadal or especially Djokovic. It's just not going to happen. Federer was a step behind, and let's talk about this, Carla. Federer would attempt the serve and volley, and some of his.
Hold on, thank you, Wildlife. Why would a husband and wife wear masks next to each other? I was about to tell him.
Can I get a kiss?
What kind of stupid question is that? Duh.
Man, I think the bad side about making a comment on someone's channel with a whole lot of viewers and then somehow they come here.
Thank you, because I was just thinking that. Why are we wearing masks?
Yeah, I guess you think we're going to kiss ass too. That's not how we roll at all. No, that's not what we do at all. Anyway, so Federer was a step behind. Federer was serving, volleying in good variety. You know, he was playing patterns, and sometimes he would sneak in the serve and volley. So for anybody that serves and volleys or is a fan of that vintage game, and I know Michael Walker is because he studied this game forever. Federer was split stepping, if you know what I mean. So he has the approach shot. He has the short ball. He's coming behind it, and he split steps. I don't want to be a foot behind the service line when that occurs. I want to be inside the service line, split stepping and set, right? Federer was continuously trying this, but yet he was split stepping a foot and a half behind the service line. That is a recipe for disaster. One of Kopfer's downfalls in this match is he didn't realize that Federer was a step behind, and his target should not have been a passing shot at that point in time, because if I'm deeper in the court, I have a better chance to cut off angles, right? So think about it. Here's the court, okay? Okay? If Kopfer is here and Federer is split stepping, you know, a little bit behind the service line. Anyway, if you can't see it, Federer actually had an easier time getting those balls because Kopfer didn't understand that he should have gone to the body or the feet there. So he was trying to pass, and Federer was ever to stretch and get a racket on it. But Federer was split stepping a foot and a half behind the service line routinely, but yet won a good bit of those net points. Not all of them. I mean, I don't think his average was too great. But Djokovic and Nadal will not miss this. If Federer tries to serve and volley and he is split stepping a foot and a half behind the service line, Nadal and Djokovic's target is the feet and not some ridiculous lob. How many blobs did Kopfer miss, Carla? His lobs.
The first set or first 2 sets, like 3.
A ton of lobs. He was missing an assload of lobs. Djokovic and Nadal won't go for the lob there because they have enough mindset and intelligence to see, hey, this guy can't split before the service line. I'm aiming for the feet, which makes us take what type of shot, Carla? Half volley off the ground. And that ball goes up, and we get what we call a second shot pass. Okay? If I'm a good player and I see someone approaching the net and they're a step and a half behind, I'm not aiming for the lines or the passing shot or the lob. I'm aiming for the feet, which is a good ball because the height of the net is lower and I'm a neutral ball. I'm right up the middle of the court. So if I can hit the feet or the knees, then they have to step in and cough it up, and then I got the easy bow shot. So it's called a two-shot pass, and he didn't see it.
Honestly, I felt like Federer was trying to play a young man's game. He was trying to play the defense game, and that wasn't going to work. I was asking myself, why hasn't Federer noticed that Kopfer is not comfortable at the net? Anytime he came to the net, his percentage was very low. I was like, why wouldn't he chip, drop more? Had that been Djokovic, I felt like Djokovic would have been pushing or trying to bring him forward, making him move forward and giving him more pressure. I just felt like he was trying to play his game.
Not only that, but Federer was hitting the ball relatively short in the court. Call it what you will, but if you watch this match, we watched every point. I would say 50% of Federer's balls were a little bit more topspin than I'd ever seen him hit, and that topspin was landing incredibly short. If you are giving Nadal, Djokovic a ball three-quarter court. I don't like to say the word no man's land, but a lot of people do. I think you have to hit the ball anywhere in the court. But if you give Nadal or Djokovic the amount of short balls that Federer gave Copper, Federer loses in straight sets. It's not even close. It's 2-3 and 2. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
You can't hit short. And you might be able to get away with it and win a match against Copper, but you're not going to hit short and get away with it against the likes of Nadal or Djokovic, and maybe not even Berrettini, even though I'm not completely sold on Berrettini still to this day.
Spicy Town said, do you guys find it interesting that the Italian men and American women are doing so well collectively as of late?
It's a great question.
I don't find it surprising that the American women are doing great. They have always done pretty good on clay. The Italian men, they do train on clay. I say great for them. You know, the French have kind of disappeared. You know, it's time. Every year we see there's a country that takes over. I think it's great. You know?
With that said, what type of chances do you think the young man Musetti, with the very pretty one-handed backhand, but it is a little rushed at times. I won't say it's the best of the best. Look, I think Pete Sampras's one-handed backhand is one of the best of all times. Anyway, what type of chances do you think Musetti has against Djokovic? Do you think he's going to be psychologically at a disadvantage because of the presence of Djokovic?
Absolutely. I watched Djokovic play at Barrancas. What a waste of match. That was a joke. That was like me playing with Junior. No competition. He rolled through that. Boring. Put me to sleep. I flipped through channels because I was like, man, this is boring. I think Musetti will give him a better match. But if Djokovic, like the true number one he is, with the 18 slams or 17, what's that? 18?
Who, Djokovic?
Yeah.
18.
18. He should be Musetti in 3 sets. He said they practiced together.
And good for them. What on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being a good chance and 1 being a low chance, what type of chances do you think Musetti honestly has against Novak Djokovic?
None.
I'll give him a 1.2.
None. Just like the whole hype with Nori, which was laughable by the British media. That to me was laughable. Has no chance. Are you serious?
Hey, he gave it the old college shot.
He gave it the old college shot, but that was a joke. Even when Nadal not serving well, Nori still could not do anything. No, I think Djokovic will cruise through that 3. I'll be shocked if it's 4 sets. I think that Federer and Berrettini Federer will have a harder time with Berrettini, but I think he should still win that match.
Agreed.
I mean, I don't know.
There wasn't any crowd for the match, so the sound effects from players were interesting. We had Federer making a little bit of noise. I'm not talking grunting, but talking to himself. We had some sound effects on the other side of the court. I thought that was kind of fun. All in all, it was a great match. But I want to ask everybody a question. You included, Carla. If you look at both players' service motions, okay, you have Federer, that's a platform server, and you have Kopfer, who is a foot. He moves his foot. He drags his foot, the rear foot forward. Okay. If you all had to vote on which service motion, at least in terms of the foot, was more beautiful to watch, do you prefer to see a man tennis player, an ATP pro? Would you prefer to see an ATP pro dragging the foot forward when they serve, or to stay platform and staying on both feet? Do you understand what I'm saying? I may have someone may not know what the hell I'm talking about. But when Federer serves, he sets, he gets both feet set, and he elevates off both feet. When people that drag their foot, which is the other 50% of servers in the game, and maybe even a bigger percentage, they serve, they get set, and before they go and strike and elevate, they drag the back foot forward, like you do, and goes after it. Carla's a foot dragger, I'm not.
Hold on, shut up about the freaking mask. We're in the freaking house.
Yeah, give me my nuts, man. Who cares?
This whole thing wearing masks. I get it. Yes, blah, 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 blah. We're sitting here.
Got another kiss.
Oh my.
All right. Just get lost, man. That's not.
I had to put him on timeout.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but dude, this is my wife. We have 5 children. I can assure you that I would love to have 6 children, 5 kids.
Oh my God.
Yeah, just forget about it. That obviously.
Sister the Queen said, "How did you watch the Federer match?" I was mad I couldn't watch it.
Tell her.
I shouldn't have to pay the extra Peacock Plus. Ban Peacock. I'm gonna cancel it right now. I just wanted to watch the Federer match. Ridiculous. Shame on the whole tennis industry.
Hey, when Sister the Queen comes, she brings out the best in me. It's like going to a show and you're on stage and you feel like you're just down, but when you know Sister Queen's right there, you're like, what? Mm-hmm. She invigorates me, man.
I get
Let's
you got
go,
you
my
got
lady.
Let me tell you, Spice, I get it. You got kicked out of church. Over here, the churches have the whole 6 feet. Or you can watch it online.
Anyway, thank you for being here, Sister the Queen. I read your poem earlier, so if you haven't seen that, then go to the beginning, my lady. Go to the beginning. Mm-hmm. Okay. A couple of things. Did anybody vote on whether they prefer to see a man dragging their foot when they serve or not? Maybe no one even ever notices
We'll
that.
ask that, Spicy, later on. I'll write it down for you. We'll ask that question later on.
Now, let me ask another question, and no one may know this or care about this, but why cannot a player have a really good serve with a semi-Western forehand grip? Do we want to go there? Mm-hmm. The only reason why I'm asking this question is we see junior students come time and time again for the first time and they're serving with a semi-Western grip. Mm-hmm. Why is this an issue? And again, sometimes when we first started the show, we got too much into coaching and no one cared, and we understand that. But does anyone want to share their opinions on why serving with a semi-Western grip is a bad thing, and why coaches in the U.S. are continuously doing that? Because it's easier to learn, and therefore when these U.S. students get to the next level, they're still serving with a semi-Western grip, and they can't aim the ball, they can't get the right power on it, their shoulders and arms are hurting, and we wonder why American tennis is dying.
Wildlife, I'm not a Swaitek, Swaitek or Iga hater. We'll get to your comment, which, we'll ask viewers what they think of it. I have nothing about grips. Okay, so you're talking about serving with a forehand grip?
With a semi-Western grip. Why is that an issue?
That is definitely an issue because it's readable. It's going to go cross-court most of the time.
Or you really have to work the shoulder and wrist to get the racket around to pronate enough to even aim it halfway decent.
For those of you guys who are tennis players, you would understand. I think there was one of our friends who answered that about coaches teaching with the forehand grip. It's easier to get the ball in, right? But at the end of the day, you're not going to make it very far in tennis. I think his comment, he said, unfortunately, it's because they want to make juniors not learn how to change grips during play. It also affects the way the volley and why so many juniors struggle against counter/doubles. And tennis has become one-dimensional. Same grip for a two-handed backhand, forehand, and serve. Just rotate the wrist around to make adjustments. Robots incorporated. Teach the grip changes early, and they are better players with more shot selection. This is another reason why American tennis is declining.
Agreed. Mm-hmm. I can't add anything more to that. The more and more young junior students that we see that have been playing for a long time, and we meet them for the first time, we see more and more of them with the semi-Western grip on the forehand, on the serve. Mm-hmm. So they have a forehand grip on the serve. Think about it. Look, and a lot of you may not care. I'm sorry, but if we're shake hands grip or Eastern, we can really get around the ball. But if I'm going semi-Western with it, when I go up to make contact with the ball, it's like a lollipop. I have a sucker in my hand, and I don't want a sucker in my hand. I want to be able to grab the ball and go around it. And if I do figure out how to do that with that grip, there is so much rotation where it really causes a wear and tear on the shoulder. And it's really inconsistent. Anyway, I know a lot of coaches out there will message me later about that. We talked about this earlier today. But it's a big time problem, and it has a lot to do with why a lot of our young U.S. talent is not going anywhere in terms of holding their service games. Now, I would like to say that welcome back Sophia Kenin to the game of tennis. But before we get into the Sophia Kenin match and welcome back to the tennis game, let's go! Come on! Let's take some comments.
Well, let's talk about this whole Swaitek thing, Iga.
Yeah, let's go.
First of all, Wildlife is a huge fan of her. I like Iga. I have no problem with her. But I guess ever since Barty went out, he says for sure, and a lot of you guys said for sure, she is the favorite to win it.
I disagree.
Hey guys, don't we know that the French Open is unpredictable? That so many times there are people that win. Ostapenko, Magnoli, Schianovi, Ivanovic, and so many other players that win, and you're like, one and done. Yeah. Never heard from them again. Yeah. You know what I mean? Who is the guy that won in the men's side that beat Coria?
Gaston Gaudio.
Gaston Gaudio. Did you ever hear from him? And I was telling her, look, today she played Kontaveit. She won that set, but it was a tight set, and then she bageled. which is what happens in most women's tennis.
Yeah.
The bagels are very common. We saw bagels with Jabeur. We saw bagels with who? Kenin today? Was it Kenin? No, not Kenin.
No.
Jabeur and somebody else bagel. I can't remember who it was.
They were cooking with grease.
There was another bagel there. I told him, I said, I don't count your chickens that Swaitek is going to win. He says, you're a hater. I'm not a hater. My point is, there hasn't been anyone consistent in clay besides Nadal. On the women's side, Chris Evert was the most consistent women's clay player. The other one would be Henin, and he said she could be the next Henin.
Well, okay.
Is that a joke?
I didn't know that.
Is that a joke, Wildlife?
Well, it's not a joke. I think he means it maybe in terms of integrity, but not game. Justine had a one-handed backhand. Justine was an all-court player. Iga tends to stay back. And someone mentioned last night, by the way, and I welcome them to the channel, and I forget their name. If you can find it, I would love to give them a shout-out. But I usually get up around 5 o'clock in the morning and Central Standard Time, and I got up and I saw a comment, hey, I love you guys show. If you can find the name, great. I'm sorry, I didn't think about it until just now. But he was like, I love you guys' show, but I want this message for me. And
okay, I'll find it right now.
And he was saying,
it's Yola Siambi.
Yeah.
Says, hi, 5K Tennis. I adore watching your channel and hot discussions around the tennis matters. But Justin, please stop repeating Iga's not playing the same quality of tennis on faster clay than on heavy and wet. On what do you base this opinion? Because she won October Roland Garros last year, which was cold and wet? Or maybe because she lost third round Madrid this year to Barty? She lost because she served poor in one game in each set. And that's the reason and not the speed of the ball.
And a great comment. And thank you for the comment and welcome. I like to answer things at least with facts and not just shooting from the hip. I'm not making this up. Carla, how many times have you and I been sitting down and watched Martina Navratilova and John McEnroe talk about how much more of an advantage that Iga Swaitek has when the court conditions are more wet and slow? Many. Also, too, she was doing an interview, and I forget if it was Chandra Rubin or Navratilova, I forget. But she said it herself. She was like, yes, my game suit. Anyway, whatever. I'm sure if there's a lot of other ardent fans out there that follow this young lady, we follow them all, with no favorites or not, that she said this herself, and this has been a common topic throughout this French Open and before from the likes of Martina Navratilova and Chris Evert. Anyway, so take it with what you will.
I just don't see how they
Kontaveit was up, what, 2-0
she was
to start.
She was so close. She just, there's some players that she kind of crashed after that set. But for you to say she is the favorite, in hardcourt or, grass, you have those favorites that are really consistent. Because she won Grand Slam, to me, doesn't mean anything.
She's playing well.
She's playing well,
but she's 19.
But I'm watching other players. I'm watching Stevens, and to me, she's playing well. And I'm sorry, but Iga doesn't have the power to blow you off on the court. And what I'm watching from Stevens is consistency. And I'm watching other players. To me, anyone in this women's draw, if we look at it, they have a good chance. Goff has a chance. Stevens has a chance. Krejcikova has a chance. Kenin has a chance.
I don't think
Badosa has a chance. I mean, come on. They all have a chance. Look, you can't say she's going to win it for sure. And she's definitely not a Henin. Not even close.
The two on the women's side, the two out of the final or out of the remaining players, the two players that I think are on the outside looking in, or the three bottom of the totem pole players. I'm going to say Jabeur only because of fitness. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say Sursti, and the other one being the one we were just talking about. Sakari. I think Sakari and Jabeur. And the other one I just said, Sursti. I think those three would be at the bottom of my pick list, but I think everyone else has an opportunity.
I'm sorry, Wildlife. I just don't see the power. And clay is hard to overpower a person. It's just hard. The power shots don't exist there. It's whoever's the most consistent, who has the better angles. Power does not win you a French Open.
Yeah,
it just doesn't. It's who's better at angles.
Ask Sabalenka.
And look, Allison said everyone WTA has a chance. Exactly.
That's a great comment. So far, that's the comment of the day. Who said that? Allison?
Yeah.
So far, Allison has the most realistic short comment of the day that makes the most
Come on,
sense.
I get it that you might have a crush on her, or you think she's cute or something, but I'm looking at her as a coach, And to me, she's not the favorite. To me, she's not dominant like when Serena was playing Grand Slams. She was freaking dominant. She was going to beat your ass. Iga is not going to beat your ass.
The way,
you better make some mistakes.
Yeah, the way that Coco Gauff came out on the court today against the Brady that ended up retiring because of injury or whatever, that Coco Gauff will beat her right now. And she's only 17. What I'm saying, it's a really exciting thing for tennis, though. You know, it's a really exciting. We're watching Grandfather Time Part 2, and Grandfather Time Part 3 still playing. Federer's on a cane. By the way, one of our children sent us. Okay, so this was our second oldest son. We have 5 kids. Yeah. So our second oldest son sent us a message today that said he was watching the Roger Federer match. And Roger Federer looked like who? Who was it?
Have you guys ever seen the Up cartoon? Look Up. UP.
Never heard of it.
He said, "This is what Roger Federer looks like to me, Mom."
Hold it there.
Look at the tennis. Look at the tennis balls on that guy. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
He's like, look at his eyebrows. He's pretty hairy. He's like, look at that.
Yeah. Exactly. And that came from a 16-year-old.
Oh
So anyway, and that was out of nowhere.
Oh,
you know,
man.
hey Mom, Dad, check this out. You know, this is like Federer, and we're like, what does that mean? What is that? You know. Anyway, that was really funny though.
I like this comment by Spicy. She says, "I feel the difference." I hope you're a girl. I'm not sure.
Doesn't
Spicy
matter.
salami,
Spicy.
maybe not.
Get down.
I feel the difference between most of European and American women is that the Americans use more power in their play, but the Europeans use more speed and shot selection. Well said.
Beautiful.
Because
comment.
over here they tell you, hits the ball, just hit it harder. That's good. Forehand. Okay, good. Vamos. Let's go.
That's it. Yeah. Here, what you get is hit the ball, jump. Look, we have students that come to us that say that if you can't get more power, jump and hit the ball.
That's good. Excellent. Just hit it. Just hit.
And then you meet them for the first time, and they come out, and all they can do is hit their forehand really hard by jumping. And the only downfall is it goes out 12 feet every time they hit it. And then if you ask them to slice the ball or even play anything at the net, volley, two hands on the net on the back inside, it's a sad state. And then they start serving with the semi-western grip. And we ask ourselves why only the elite tennis players or elite elite income earners can only find a way to play the game anymore in the south of Florida.
Football Tennis says, would be such a Serena thing to do, to go and win Roland Garros, the slam that no one really expects her to win and do it at?
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, would we be shocked? No, because to me, the French Open is so unpredictable on the women's side. If it wasn't for Rafa, then, you know, we'd probably be dealing with the same thing. Because Djokovic really hasn't faced anyone, but, you know, he's a lot more beatable here, but the women's is unpredictable. I wouldn't bet my house, my life, or anything on it.
Okay, Serena has to face Rybakina next. Rybakina's not going to mess around. Then she would have to play the winner between Azarenka and Pavlyuchenkova. Now, the only difference between Serena and the rest of those 3 girls to get to the semifinals is they're not Serena Williams. Now, yes, Serena Williams does have a daughter. She is a mother, and she is.
Remember, I'm a mother.
She is very old in terms of the grand scheme of things to be a tennis champion, whether men's side or not. But Carla, what does Rybakina, not Azarenka? Azarenka will not have this issue. But what does Rybakina and Pavlyuchenkova have or don't have that Serena has?
Slams. And be number 1.
And psychological advantage.
Yes.
Azarenka's not going to be scared.
No.
I would love to see Serena Azarenka in the semi.
The 2 mamas.
I would love to see them pair off.
Yes, me too.
And then if I have to watch that shit on freaking Peacock, I'm freaking mad.
Martina says, so how many percentage are you giving Iga to win this year?
50%.
Yeah, me too.
50%.
Yeah.
And look, we're not disliking Iga Swaitek.
I like her.
Yeah, we like her. Yeah.
But I wouldn't say, oh, she's the favorite. No, I don't see her as the favorite. To me, I watched her today. Didn't impress me.
Yeah.
I watched Slovenia go down. That was more impressive to me. I watched Coco Gauff. I mean, even though Brady retired and said she shouldn't have played because she had a foot injury. She shouldn't have played the French Open. To me, that was more impressive.
Hey, Coco Gauff's feisty. She's look.
Watching Kenin play today, which I hate. By the way, I wrote here, not that I hate, I just hate her whole look.
You said she had no ass.
Kenin's dress, too short, I put. Too short. FILA needs to stop giving this girl short dresses. They're picking the wrong girl to wear this dress. I put, she has no ass. Why is she wearing this dress? It just makes her look odd. Every time I kept looking at this dress, it made me dizzy. And then I'm looking, and you can see her booty shorts, which are non-booty shorts, because there's no booty there.
Well, B-Dog caught you up with that early, so that was a good conversation. Anyway.
Just awful. Fila needs to stop giving this girl this dress. But her tennis, good for her. She fought well against Pegula, 3 sets. Her backhand was really well. You could tell she was concentrating. Maybe me not being with Papa anymore is helping her. You know what I mean? Believe in her. She's gone through some stuff. So I thought good for Kenin. She's a fighter. Good for her. I didn't expect her to make it this far.
Let's get down. Welcome back to the game of tennis, Sophia Kenin. I hope you do well. Now I have a question.
Well, I said the question is, does Kenin want those dresses? I don't know. I don't know. You would have to ask her.
All right. This is a question for everybody. I look forward to these answers. Here's the question. This is a question for discussion. If you are a top tennis player in the world, okay, you're top 10, top 20 in the world, let's just forget about it. Let's say you're top 3 in the world. Let's say you're number 1 in the world, okay? Why do you need a tennis coach, and what do you ask them, okay? Let's say you're Roger Federer, Djokovic, Nadal, anyone in the top 10. Why do you need a coach, and what do you ask them?
I think that even in that high level, don't forget that sometimes when you're watching someone, you could see stuff that's going on wrong or what they could improve in. Sometimes as a tennis player, when we're playing tennis, we don't realize we're making certain mistakes, or we can improve a certain stroke, or maybe we're not thinking strategy. And I think at that level, those coaches help you mentally, not with your strokes, but mentally they are there for you. I think it helps you also have a companion, someone you can talk to.
I think it varies from player to player. I think one young man that's someone like Zverev. Well, let's not use him because he fired Lindell for being a puppy hater. Or no, exactly. So it varies from player by player. What does Roger Federer ask Ivan Lubicic? Does he ask him how to hit a forehand? Does he ask him how to hit a backhand? Does he ask him how to approach the net and what type of mental fortitude to have, knowing that Lubicic never won a major and he's won 20? What is he asking Roger Federer? What is he asking him? I think it's more along the lines of sanity. I think in the world in which we live, life is not getting easier. Even if you are a billionaire, I'm assuring you, people like Roger Federer, Novak, they go into their private homes with security and behind fences, and they kind of probably cut off, for the most part, the middle class and lower class, not disrespecting the class system, but they're going into their happy place. And I think when they come out of that happy place, they're trying to find which way to turn. Do I take a right here? Do I take a left here? I think further than that, I think that the player is expecting their coaches to study their next opponent, or who may their next opponent be. So if I'm in the draw and look, and I just want to play my matches, I want to go work out, I want to go swim in the pool, but I don't want to talk to anybody and keep the damn paparazzi away from me, and I'm just going back to my room. The only thing I want to know when I wake up is what type of patterns does this player have, what's their serve placement, how do they act when I piss them off. If I start, throwing a fit, how do they react to that? And I want to know their weaknesses, and I want to exploit their weaknesses long before I walk on the court with them. So if I'm someone like Roger Federer, which obviously I'm not, that's a joke, but what am I asking my coach? What weaknesses do my opponent have? Did they go to sleep last night? Did you stay outside their hotel room with binoculars and check when their light turned off? I'm looking for anything I can find to exploit in terms of weaknesses. Okay.
Someone asked who's the best coach, and I said, well, I think Djokovic coach. I couldn't remember his name.
Vajda.
Yeah.
Vajda's a wonderful coach. I don't want to hear that Tony Nadal is the great coach. Again, when you coach your family,
That worked for him.
There's advantages. There's advantages and disadvantages of coaching your family. Let me explain. If one of my kids, and all 5 of them play, if they screw around on the court, I'm gonna get in their grill. I'm gonna be like, what? Pick that up. Let's go. We're going to do it again, and we're going to stay here till midnight, And I think we take that to a certain extreme when we have other people's kids or other students, because if we do that, we may make someone cry or leave, or, spread some word that we're assholes or whatever it may be. So when you coach other people, you don't have that same parental, like, that's my kid, don't tell me what I can and can't do with my kid, because I'm going to keep he or she out here until it's 10 o'clock at night, and they've been out here since 8 o'clock in the morning, and if they don't figure this shit out, then we're going to be here until 2 o'clock tomorrow morning. But you can't do that with someone else's kids, per se. Mm-hmm. Do you see what I'm saying? So there's a big difference of why the success of Tony Nadal was very good with Rafa, because he could just slap him upside the head and be like, what? Whereas Felix Auger-Aliassime, he can't do that too. Right?
Roland said Tony hasn't helped FAA so far, but it's still very early in the partnership.
Agreed.
Matt Kane said Richard Williams best ever. Tell me I'm wrong. For his daughters,
she met them and was with them.
For his daughters, not for other students. He wasn't successful. When I was there, he had other students and he couldn't make them successful. It worked for his daughters.
That's because he was able to kick ass and take names without worrying about the popos rolling up to the set. Mm-hmm. I'll be honest with you. My second oldest son of 3 sons, 2 daughters, is a really good tennis player, the best tennis player in the house. And I mean, he's better than me and he's better than Carla. I'm just saying. Look, I know that hurts.
No, why would it hurt me?
Why would that hurt me? But it's true. We go out there and play to the best of our ability, and he's like 6'2", 6'3". There may be a tiebreaker in there, but he's winning. And it comes because of why, Carl? Let me tell him honestly, because I was in his face when he messed up. Mm-hmm. And there was no substitute for second place. Christopher is a senior in high school, and I told him he could not have his first cell phone ever until he won his first major junior tournament. And he did that last year, and has followed up with multiple wins, and he got his phone, right? My oldest son, Jonathan, who's at the Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs, never won his first tournament, at least as a junior, and I didn't get him a phone until he was accepted into the United States Air Force Academy, period. I told Liliana, our next child in line, I told Gabriella, we named after Gabriella Sabatini, and I told Justin Jr., who's my last son of 5 kids. I told them all today. They were like, Mom, can I see your phone? Can I see your phone? I was like, no, you're not touching that until you win your first tennis tournament. Call me an asshole, call me whatever, but that's my rule. Straight A's, first tennis tournament win or nothing in terms of this crap. Because it wasn't around when I was a kid. Why is it supposed to be in their hands? Am I right or wrong?
I think to be a good coach also you have to have a good chemistry. You could be a great coach, but you could have the wrong student. Like sometimes we have a lot of students, but
energy that doesn't fit.
But the energy sometimes doesn't fit,
yeah.
And which is why we switch a lot. Or no matter what you say or what you show them or what you tell them, it just doesn't get through them. You just don't have that energy. And then there are some students that you just click with. It's magic.
Yeah.
So you need to find that magic, you know?
Most of the students that you don't have energy with are either primrose that's the wrong word. It seems the more kids with cell phones you have the most problem getting through to. And then even the adults, that when you have people that come on the court to take a lesson and every 5 minutes they're going to check their phone, you know the energy is not going to mesh. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm saying? Because we're there to actually make you better and not to sit there and chit chat about your latest selfie. Mm-hmm. And that's what it's become 50% of the time.
Right.
Okay. Another thing a coach is there for, to set up strategy for the next opponent, right? You know, golfers in golf have caddies. You know, the caddy comes out and is like, hey, that's 350 yards and there's a northeast wind and blah, 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 blah. The same thing is for a tennis coach. A coach is really important on all levels. But I don't know, I guess you could say the biggest number one reason why you have a coach except for sanity. If you're the top player in the world, I'm not saying if you're Felix Auger or you're this guy Kopfer or anybody else, but for the top players in the world to have a coach, I think it's for sanity. And then if you're married, I think it's for the wife to have someone you're traveling with that they can trust with their husband, or someone that they can trust while their wife is traveling. You understand me? If I'm traveling year round, and we have a very trustful relationship, but if I'm traveling year round, wouldn't you like the coach to be someone that you as my wife would be cordial with as well?
Of course.
So you could call me like, hey, how's my husband? How's he doing? And as you get to the greatest of all time, wives are in the mix, and you must be copacetic with the wives. And that's all I can say. Lastly, someone to talk to. Hey man, my wife just bitched at me. Carla just slapped me with a sandal. How do I deal with this?
Wait. I told Justin today as we were going to the store.
She slaps people
Stop
with sandals.
telling people that I slap you with sandals because they're going to believe it.
They do.
Do you really think the big mouth right here that I could slap him with a sandal?
Oh, yeah.
Big mouth right here.
Yeah, she did. She does. Carla's the type of person I can say, hey Carla, how you doing today? She's like, what? I'm like, damn. I just said good morning. She's like, huh? I'm like, huh? I'm like, Carla, you know, like you're my...
You know what? Let me grab a sandal that I don't
See what I'm saying?
I don't even own a sandal, but I'm going to slap you with my tennis shoes.
See what I'm saying? She wants a damn boot. Next, she's want a damn crowbar.
It's ridiculous, man.
Anyway.
Let's see. So a lot of people asking who's a good coach.
Okay, can I...
Conchita Martinez. I think she's a good coach.
Can I answer some of that?
Yes, big mouth. Go ahead.
Then I'll tell you what.
You said I'm a beater with sandals, so you're a big mouth. Go ahead.
Does anybody ever remember Rice Krispies? Remember the little Keebler elves? Because Carla, I'm gonna snap, crackle, and pop your ass in the eye if you don't keep on.
Go ahead, big mouth. Let's go.
You're gonna snap, crackle.
You said go ahead. Can you answer this question?
Tell you what. You
Stop.
Rice Krispies in here in a minute. Okay, good coaches. Number 1, Vic Braden. Vic Braden. You probably have no idea who this is.
Yes, of course I do know.
I guarantee you Mike Walker out there knows who Vic Braden is. Vic Braden was someone that was household name to me as a child. Vic Braden has multiple good tennis periodicals and books, fundamentals of tennis. I forget the names. I have a couple copies on my tennis shelf right there. Vic Braden to me was a very wonderful person to read. And this is way before the damn internet. Vic Braden, wonderful. Let's go to, I like Paul Annacone. Paul Annacone has a very good way of relaying messages. And look, forget about even these guys on this level. Let me talk about a really good coach, Rolando Vargas. Okay, Rolando Vargas is a good friend of mine. We coached together for a couple of years, and now he is the head coach and teaching pro at Troy State University in Dothan, Alabama. Let's go, Rolando! Timestamp that so I can send my brother a shout out. What time is that at?
I don't know, big mouth.
I don't even know how that works.
Exactly.
Anyway, what's up, Rolando? Vamos! Former top Mexican player, wonderful coach that has taken multiple colleges to the absolute top of the game. What's up, Rolando? Let's go, vamos! Good skateboarder and a wonderful family friend. Another great coach, Jeff Hornsby in Mineola, Texas. Wonderful player, wonderful coach, wonderful person. Ivor Savage, Savannah, Georgia, the owner of Swaitek Strings. Really top-notch coach. There's a lot of good coaches. But unfortunately, if you don't look like Patrick Jack in the Box Mortagaloo...
So you don't think he's a good coach?
I think he is a good coach.
I think he is a good coach.
Patrick
I think that
is a good coach.
I know a lot of you guys say, well, Serena made him, but I think, again, we talk about the chemistry has
He is a good coach.
The chemistry has to be good with a student. And obviously, him and Serena have a good chemistry, which is why they dated each other.
Yeah.
But that's a different story. They have a good chemistry. She listens to him, blah, blah, blah. You just have to have a good chemistry.
Exactly. Can anyone put yourself in Alex Ohanian's shoes? And let me tell you what I'm thinking. Alex Ohanian is Serena's husband. Seems like a great guy, and they have a wonderful family. Great. But there was a point in time where Serena Williams was walking around with Patrick Mortagaloo, and they were Mortagaloo, and they were, walking down the street with hands in each other's rear end pockets.
That's okay. She liked that.
But what I'm saying is how does it feel? How does Alex Ohanian deal with a man in the player box that has had his hand and his wife?
I don't know.
His butt pocket.
How would you feel if you look? I mean,
I'd be like, dude.
When she married Alex, he was decent looking, right?
What's he got, a Keanu Reeves syndrome?
But have you seen him lately?
Let me see this.
Have you seen him lately?
Have you seen me lately?
Oh my God!
Oh, that's Keanu.
No, that's like
that's Kylo Ren.
That's like broke down Keanu.
That's Kylo Ren, babe.
What has happened to him? Like she's sucking the life out of him.
Oh, damn.
Or the juice out of him.
Damn. Sucking the life out of him.
Man, he just.
So she's a succubus.
Yikes.
So she's a succubus. Is she a succubus?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anyway, where did we even leave off? Oh, coaches. Okay, that.
Spicy said, "Careful about that." Spicy said the thing is that he didn't have much to coach her about. Again, these pros don't need to be coached on strokes. They need to. It's a mental thing for them. It's belief. Serena was already on the top of her game. She needed someone to push her and help her out, but not change the game.
Who said that?
That's what Patrick did. Spicy. Yes.
I really appreciate. How does that? Is it just spicy? SPICY?
Spicy salami.
Spicy salami. Thank you for the great comments today. You've been on fire and everything.
Michael Walker says,
Thank you,
stay
bro.
out of grown-up business.
Thank you.
Folks' business.
Hey,
have you seen
welcome to the show, Spicy Salami, because literally you've been hitting heavy. Thank you.
Have you seen the husband though? When they got married, he had the short hair, clean cut, not as much weight on him, and now it's kaboom, and just
I don't know. All right. Anything we're missing on this topic? Let me fast forward to this. Coco Gauff came out on fire today, dismantled Brady in the first set, and Brady retired. I'm sorry that Brady is injured, or at least left the court with injury. But Coco Gauff has now made 3 out of the 4 Grand Slam / major fourth rounds.
Awesome.
She's 17 years old and has made 3 out of the 4 majors fourth rounds at 17. Let's go! Come on!
She's spicy.
And she's feisty. And by the way, Carlo, we were at a tennis tournament not terribly long ago, and we were in Mississippi, and there was a fine young man that we met with his really beautiful daughter that reminded us of Coco Gauff in a sense. She had the electricity. She was young. She was vibrant. And her father...
I supported that.
His father was retired Navy. Her father, sorry. His father was a retired Navy.
Her father.
And he had her in the parking lot instead of on the court, hitting balls up the middle of the court. Hey, let's hit forehands, let's hit backhands. He had her in the parking lot working on footwork. Boom, 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 boom. And we're like, let's go. So Carla and I made a point, because no one likes us when we go to tournaments anyway. When we go to tournaments and people see us coming, they're like, man, we're like the outcasts.
That's because we're big mouths.
He's
a big mouth, but
why do I gotta be the big mouth, Carla?
He's a big mouth, but I am like cutthroat. I'm not cutthroat. I'm like realist. Like, I don't care what you think of me. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is. If you like it, good. If you don't, who cares?
You come from nothing. Get some. So, but his daughter, he has trained, and I mean, he has trained extremely well. And Coco Gauff she reminds me of Coco Gauff. Anyways, Coco Gauff, I still think, may still have a step behind psychologically when it comes stepping on the court with someone like Serena.
She's 17.
I think Coco Gauff can handle someone like Swaitek. I really do. I think if the Coco Gauff played Swaitek, I think it would be really close. Even though I think that Swaitek right now overall, if there was no psychology involved in the game, I would think, but again, it was in a bubble, and I'm not making up excuses, but the French Open last year was in what? January with snow? I'm making an exaggeration. But it was like it was a different world. And I'm not taking it away from Swaitek. She won it fair and square. She wasn't playing Barty last year because she didn't play. There was a whole lot of unknowns, like if we get on this airplane and travel to this tournament, we may die. And here we are back to normal here. But what I'm saying, there was a mental difference last year than to now. And I have a hard time thinking that a 19-year-old girl, as of right now, is any different than a 17-year-old girl right now. Hence why I think if Swaitek and Serena were to meet in the final, that Serena would have the edge, not because Swaitek is playing worse than Serena is, but because Serena's been there so many damn times. I think this tournament right now is Serena's to win or lose. Do you agree or disagree? Who is the true in the pudding? Who is the person in this draw that you think is going to for sure beat Serena? A 19-year-old Swaitek?
Well, of course you're going to disagree. Come on now.
Okay.
I told you I was going to get on
Whatever,
you today.
man.
Someone asked a question. I guess they were sent by Cam.
Go.
It's Chris Cooper. His question, Chris Cooper, hi Gene. Let me go back. Thanks. Hi. Okay, Cam sent me and others. I like Muhova, but she lacks a piece of the puzzle. Which piece do you both think she needs? Mental game is off. She let Stevens today basically. Stevens let her make mistakes today. She didn't even blow her off the court. She just kept giving her a shot in the middle for her to make a mistake. and she made the mistakes. It's like she's scared to be aggressive, like she's holding back.
Yeah.
When she has all the weapons to be like in the top 5. I don't get why she didn't just try to like put many shots away instead of playing Stevens' game, which was defensive game today.
Stevens is
mental for me.
Stevens is one of my dream girls, by the way. Sloane Stevens is a very beautiful woman to me. Not that it has anything to do with anything. Anna Ivanovic and Sloane Stevens are like my 2 hottest female players that have ever lived. I don't want to get into that because I'll get distracted. Ivanovic, Sloane Stevens, very beautiful young ladies. Both very good tennis players. I'm really happy to see Sloane Stevens here in this position. Krejcikova, that she's going to face, is someone that a lot of you chose on your fantasy teams. I had no mindset of it. I didn't dare go there. And yet, when I get to the fantasy team scores, and to you guys that are going to win $50 a piece, I'm going to get to that shortly. But a lot of you picked her, and I'm very proud of you guys for that. She didn't register on my radar, honestly. And for me to have missed that, and when like 7 or 8 of you picked her,
she's going through issues.
I feel like I just totally slacked.
Let me read someone's comment. This is B-Dog.
Let's go, B-Dog. Hey, can we introduce B-Dog 02 real quick?
We were talking about Sloane.
B-Dog 02, by the way, retired military. He is a football guru. He has fine young men, sons that he has raised in this world. Son that he is...
daughter.
He has children he's raised in this world. He's a fine parent. He's a fine human being. And he is someone that keeps me straight.
And his 50s, and if you look at this guy's pictures, he's in shape.
And he's the one dude, I don't have any friends, really. I got Dave Raines and B-Dog. I think that's the only 2. But these are the type guys that if I'm, like, pissed off about something, maybe Carlos bothering me or something, I can, like, B-Dog will bring me back to reality because he'll talk to her, too. And that's why B-Dog's family to me. So what B-Dog means to me is a lot. A whole lot. I love you, bro. Everything, bro. Soldier.
Okay, well, let me read his comment. You guys tell me what you think. This is about Sloane Stevens. That's what I don't understand about Sloane's new tennis strategy. It seems like it's more of a tennis manager approach rather than a power forehand and a strategic backhand approach. I really don't think that will serve her well in the second week. When she was with Murray, he gave her power and aggressive perspective. I don't think her new coach is going to work out long term, but it may change once she gets her confidence back. Her fiance is with her in France too, and I'm sure that helps. Have you guys noticed the difference between her game now and when she won her game at the US Open? I was watching her play Muhova, and I really didn't see any power in her shots. I saw more of patience.
And hitting spots.
Not really even hitting spots. She kept hitting to the middle and making Muhova create her own angles. Everything.
Great.
She was like a wall. She really didn't hit her serve hard. She didn't really do anything that was amazing. She just got everything back.
Do you think that it could be potentially a Sloane Stevens or Coco Gauff versus a Sophia Kenin or Swaitek semifinal?
I watched Silovina play against Krejcikova today. Krejcikova played the same game.
Krejcikova's been balling though.
You didn't watch it.
She's been
He
balling.
didn't watch the match. He was still upstairs. I watched
man.
because you don't know her game style. I wanted to know, why did everyone pick this girl? Is she blowing people off the court? And I watched this girl.
But like 6 of you chose her.
I watched this girl push the ball and push the ball.
Angelique Redwanska.
And push the ball with no power. Just spin, like someone said that the European players more hit the spin and pick their spot. She didn't blow off Silovina. Silovina had more power than her. She just guided the ball.
It's good.
Spinned it short. And that's what Stevens going to face. Stevens going to face the same exact thing that she was doing to Muhova, except Krejcikova she would do it a lot better than Stevens.
Look, I'm going to go ahead and tell you.
That's going to be a tough match for her.
Look,
don't be shocked if Stevens goes down on that one.
Look, I'm going to go ahead and tell you that Coco Gauff's going to beat Jabeur. Coco Gauff is fired up. She's excited. She's electric. She's like Mike Tyson to me when he was still on HBO for free, right? Well, HBO was like $4 a month when I was like 9. We'd rush home to watch Tyson fight. I'm rushing home to watch Gauff play right now, okay? Gauff to me, let's go! Look, Jabeur, love the girl. What she's about. The first, I think she's the first African continental young lady, Tunisian, to have done what she's done. A top 20 in the world, whatever it may be. Jean Swartz should be able to answer that.
Mm-hmm.
But Coco Gauff, in my opinion, is going to handily beat Ons Jabeur.
She should. Jabeur is unfit.
Krejcikova, I think, should be the favorite in the Stevens match. But because Stevens has been here before, I think here we go with another psychological screw.
Okay, but she's also, as well as a veteran. If you look at her face, she's a veteran, not the prettiest girl playing tennis.
Okay.
By the way, but
what does that got to do with being winning or losing?
She's been there for a while. You can see it in her face. But she has experience, and from what I watched today, her points, I thought they were pretty annoying. They would annoy me if I was playing someone like that on play.
Wow, what was annoying about it?
Because she would use Sylvina was trying to do everything. She would just corner with a short angle, back over here, another push here. Typical Clay. Boring.
If it ends up Coco Gauff against Sloane Stevens, who do you take?
I'll go with Sloane Stevens. But I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay. If you are a media outlet, would you rather cover Sloane Stevens playing Coco Gauff?
Of course.
Or would you rather cover Jabeur playing Krejcikova?
If we're in the USA, Gauff.
I don't care where the hell you are.
Shut up. Gauff and Sloane Stevens in the USA.
That's what.
Do you
Anywhere.
think the Europeans care about Coco Gauff and Sloane Stevens?
I would hope so.
They're going to want to see one of their players there.
I disagree with that because
Whatever.
I think tennis fans and tennis minds think alike in a way, and you want to see electric, athletic, big time matches, and Gauff is going to bring that. I think Jabeur and Krejcikova and Stevens bring the same type of match.
Do you know what Jabeur needs to do to beat Coco Gauff?
Lose weight?
Give her jump.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
Give her jump. What do you do with a junior? Give him jump.
Mm-hmm.
Let them create the pace.
All right, Kenin versus Sakari. Who do you got, Carla? Who do you got?
Kenin
Me too.
looked to me like she was the better player. To me, I felt like Kenin wanted to prove that she could do something without her dad.
I think Kenin wins that match relatively easily. And look, Kenin is someone that we overlooked, both of us on our fantasy teams, as well for the $250. I didn't even think about her because of a slow start this year. But I really think that Kenin beats Sakari with an exclamation point. I think Kenin gets this match and is like, I told you. The next match, Sakari was pushed today in 3 sets, and Mertens should have pushed her. I don't think. So everyone here said I agree with Carla, USA. I mean, that's
in
okay.
the USA.
I mean, that's
Man,
okay.
we're Americans, so we think USA, but in Europe, they don't want to see that. I mean, come on.
All right. I mean, I'll take the defeat, no problem. I do think that Swaitek does kind of stroll into the semifinals, I think.
I would like to see.
She has to watch out for Kenin, though. Swaitek does have to watch out for Kenin.
Wait, but she faces Kostyuk, who took out Muguruza.
Yeah, the Ukrainian.
She has nothing
She's
to
a
lose.
great
She's
baller.
a young girl. So I'm hoping, I'm sorry, Wildlife, but I'm hoping to see an upset here.
So tomorrow's match is real quick on the female side. We got Serena and Rybakina, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a battle. Who you got?
Serena.
I'm going to take Rybakina there. I hate to say it. Azarenka and Pavlyuchenkova. Who you got?
Azarenka.
I'm going to take Pavlyuchenkova there.
Of course you will. You go opposite of me. Of course.
She's got a...
Hey, Justin, what color do you like? Blue or green?
Green, because I have green eyes.
Hey, Justin, do you like chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate, because you're chocolate.
I'm not chocolate.
You're chocolate.
Do I look chocolate to you guys?
That shit look chocolate, girl.
Okay, shut up. Anyways.
That's chocolate?
That's not
Chocolate.
chocolate. Come on.
Let me see your eyes. Chocolate.
Anyways.
Okay. Zidansek against Sursti.
What? Sister the Queen says, sorry off topic. Press is saying that Fed may pull out of the French. Do you think he will? Jeez, I hope not.
Wow.
You should have let that kid win if he wins.
If that happens, what happens though? This could happen. He might be tired. Look, okay, Sister the Queen, this is a great comment. Why? Carla, and we didn't even write this in, but because she mentioned it, let's talk about it. Carla and I and Ryan Mason in Mississippi were chatting as this match was going on. By the way, if you want to do that with us, go to Facebook Messenger or Instagram Messenger. We're 5K Tennis on Instagram. And Justin, Justin, space Carla with the C, Carla, space Davis, Davis, on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
But we were chatting together with this. Shit, I forgot what I was going to say, spelling out those damn words.
Mm-hmm.
The hell was I saying?
I don't know. You're a big mouth.
Whatever, man. I forgot. Whatever. Just forget about it. Because I do it all the time anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Can someone remind me what the hell I was talking about?
Oh, Wildlife said Federer just said he'll need to evaluate how he feels tomorrow. Not so different than previous matches.
Yes.
Okay.
We were talking about, thank you for reminding me of Wildlife in a roundabout way. When they split sets, meaning Kopfer and Federer in the first set, Carlo, myself, and Ryan Mason were saying, would it be out of the question for Federer just to go away now to save his remaining chance at a major, which is Wimbledon this year, and save his knee? He didn't do that. He didn't go away, but it was our mindset. I think a lot of us in the three-person conversation that it wouldn't be a shock if Federer lost the match and maybe just went away so he would have a fresh body for Wimbledon.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't happen. But is that a conspiracy theory or?
I don't know. I mean, that's a shame. You should let that kid win then. Deshaun, I checked your email on your chart. You're off on a few numbers, by the way. We counted them over.
Yeah, and I'm going to do the full recap. By the way, when we make it to a quarterfinal, we have 8 players left. Our fourth round, we have 16 quarterfinals, 8 on the fantasy teams for the $50 for the top 2 people or merchandise, whatever, and then for the 250, we are down to a few players each.
By the way, going back to the Federer match, I thought it was shitty that the umpire gave a point penalty to Kopner for spitting on the line when he was just joking.
Good
that
point.
was a joke.
You know what? You can tell them what happened there.
That was a joke. They called the ball. He got broken in the 4th set, I think. And they called the ball out, and he went up to it. It was very, very close. And he just, Federer went to go sit down, and he spit on it. He was joking about it, and they gave him a point penalty. I thought that was ridiculous.
Spitting on anybody or anything in terms of around people was
I get it, but he didn't spit anyway.
Okay. It's a big no-no. Someone was calling us out earlier, probably not knowing that we're husband and wife and have 5 children, about wearing masks. I mean, look, I will lick Carla's face and be happy about it. I didn't mean it that way, but I damn sure would though. I forgot what to say again, Carla.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out.
I don't know about spitting.
Oh yes, if you spit on someone or anywhere, look, either you're gonna get your ass kicked. If you do that around some dude, around some lady, you're gonna get your ass kicked. You never spit because it's a really bad look. So Kopfer did that, and he was given a point penalty. I think he did it to be funny. So he missed the shot at a really important time. I think it was a break point for Federer to win the 3rd set. He hit a ball wide, and it was close. The linesman or lineswoman called it out. Federer sat down. He walked across the court, saw the mark, agreed that it was out, and spit on the ground. You can't.
Yeah, I get it.
You can't spit, man.
But
you can't spit.
I get it.
Look, when my 5-year-old, when our son starts pretending like he's spitting around other people, what do? I'm like, quit! And this is a pro player on tour on
I get it.
Peacock.
Okay. I didn't think he's a brat. Sorry, Gene. I disagree with that.
All right. A couple more things. Rafael Nadal playing Cam Norrie. Do you guys want to waste time with this?
Oh my God, that was boring. Just like the Djokovic match. Oh my God. I was like, okay.
Okay, the next match, Djokovic playing, who was it, Delbonis or Berankis?
Berankis.
Forgot, man. I'm tired over here.
Alcaraz got schooled by Struff. Beat.
Jeez.
No chance.
The Sakari Mertens match, nothing electric, but look, Sakari's grunt was hideous. Let me ask you a question. Do you know that human beings ride horses, right? For hundreds of years, if not thousands of years, human beings have got on the backs of horses and rode down the path with the damn horses, right? Mm-hmm. If you could imagine a horse riding a human being. So here, is the human being on the ground on all fours, and there's a horse on the person's back with some reins, and the horse is whipping the damn human. Sakari sounds like the damn human if the horse was riding that thing. Holy shit, man. Can't even fathom that. Redunculous, man. She looks like a horse, too. She kind of looks like a damn horse. She needs to get smack, 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 smack. Get back. Forehand. Damn, that shit hurt. Sakari. Damn. Crazy, man. Shut up. Put some duct tape on that. Chill.
Oh my God, I can't imagine a human.
Here comes my forehand. Oh, don't beat me. Ah, shit. Here comes my backhand. Ah! Oh, damn, that hurt. Oh, here comes my drop shot. Whoa! Oh, oh man. Here comes my serve. Oh! Don't do it again. Don't do that ever again. Oh, here comes my drop shot. But here comes my winner. No. Watch Sakari. That's what you get.
But I can't imagine a human being rode by a horse.
Watch Sakari, and that's what you see.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Oh.
Sakari.
Oh man.
All right, you ready to go?
Ryan says Sakari needs to lay off the Greek yogurt. Sounds constipated.
Yeah. And hey, look, yeah, she sounds like she's got a plug in her butt, and then when she explodes, it all comes out her mouth. Damn.
That was rough.
All right, let's take some comments.
Wait. Let's talk about okay, we talked. Schwartzman. Did Cole Schreiber even show up to that match?
Was there a chicken nugget playing on the court?
Man, he didn't show up to that match. It was a chicken nugget against like a non-existent, the Invisible Man.
Agreed. I didn't watch the match. So
I did. I
can't say anything.
kept scratching my head.
She was up watching it.
I'm like, what? I'm like, you just beat? I'm like, really?
Exactly.
I'm like, to chicken nugget?
Chicken nuggets and horses beating humans. That's how we roll.
Oh my God, chicken nuggets? Is that a new name?
Chicken nugget?
Yeah.
Schwartzman? What he? I don't know,
man.
I don't know. It sounds about right though.
Yeah. How did Carrison lose to the guy? Yes, thank you, Wildlife.
Too much tennis.
I was like, what?
Too much tennis.
Hell?
Too much tennis.
Oh my God.
Okay.
What about Nadal's front? Yeah, crazy too.
Real quickly, and we talked about this yesterday, but who will win between Alexander Zverev and Nishikori?
Let's go, Nishikori!
Come on!
Let's go!
Kamikaze!
Take Puppy Hater
Puppy
now.
Hater, get rid of him.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Spicy had asked me a question before.
let's go.
What about if it was Iga versus Serena? How would that match go?
I'm not gonna. Someone chose that for the tennis racket giveaway, the $250, and they're the only one still alive. And I'm about to go over who it was.
Mm-hmm.
That's the final prediction. That the only person left for the $250 cash has, and that person, which I'm fixing to go over, chose Serena to win it.
Mm-hmm.
That they chose Serena. Yes, there's one person out of 35 people that are alive for $250 cash, a tennis racket, any one of your choice. Does it as long as the liquidator has it. Tennis Warehouse, Midwest Sports, Halliburton, whatever it is, or this vintage 07 Vapor Pure Aero that's extremely rare in like new condition, which you can sell on eBay for a cha-ching. Oh shit!
Good job.
That only one person has a Swaitek meeting Serena and Serena winning. Mm-hmm. And he's the only person that did that. So that tells me that he's on to something. Mm-hmm. All right? Tell me when you're ready to do fantasy teams. If not, keep taking comments.
Hold on.
Take them.
There's a viewer that watches us, and you guys know him, Darren LeBeau.
Let's go. Oh,
he used to be a former ATP player.
Let's go, Darren LeBeau.
Yes, he used to be a former ATP player, and he does some fun stuff on Facebook and Instagram.
Trick shots.
So hey guys, maybe go watch him, go subscribe, whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah, his Instagram page is what is it?
Darren LeBeau.
Darren LeBeau 1, I think.
All right, here we go. He said, "This is how I was feeling on Saturday."
Let's go. Let's check this out.
Let's start it again.
Lack of preparation.
No, it has nothing to do with lack of preparation.
It's lack of preparation.
Here we go. And go. This is Darren LeBeau. He's going to be a former ATP player. He watches our show. I think he's 50. He's close to his 50s.
He's so fine.
Look at him dancing.
Oh, boy, good. All right. Let him get the groove on. Matt Cain.
Look at him go. He looks like that movie.
He's got a nice backhand. He's got nice ground strokes. He's got a nice serve.
He's a huge Federer fan, by the way.
Yeah, he's got all the outfits since like 2007.
Good for him.
Let's go. Staying young, Darren LeBeau. Let's go, Darren LeBeau. Love that guy. All right. I am fixing to read, and by the way, we have no hurries. It's supposed to rain. It's supposed to rain all day tomorrow, so there's no hurry to get done. We're not in a rush, so you can take comments.
Jim Church, Hill second. Serena still run down shots. Maybe one or two.
I don't think so.
Maybe one or two.
I don't think so. It's a great comment.
You know, I mean, she carries a lot of stuff in the back, so tough.
I don't think so. I think the question is kind of rhetorical. He already knows the answer to it. I don't think she can still run down shots. She might be able to do it in a tight 7-6 first set. But for her to run down strategically play shots for 3 sets, I don't think so. I don't think she can. But hey, it's possible, but it's very tough to do with that big old booty, with the shorts absorbing in the ass.
Well, actually, I had one of our students, she said, I think I know what look Serena's going for.
Shorts in the booty.
And I'm
SIB, Civ, shorts
and I'm
in the
going to show
booty.
you guys the picture, and you tell me what you think. She said, this is what she's going for. This is the look.
All right.
You guys tell me. She's like, you know, this is
from Lori.
Yeah.
Lori's one of our tennis students and also the person that's trying to help us get our tennis courts redone here in Dauphin Island.
She said these are the new pants, and you know, I'm sure you guys have seen this. You know, girls wear these tights now, and I guess that's sexy. Guys think that's sexy. I don't know, but maybe Serena's going for that look. I don't know. I've seen a few of my students wear these pants, so.
It's called shorts in the booty. Now, can I see? Because I've never seen this.
Yeah. I had one student or 2 students wear that.
All right. Well, I mean,
it makes it look, it appears that your ass is bigger than what it really is.
Okay, hold
but
on.
Serena doesn't need to try that.
What happens to every, and I don't mean, you know, there's an exception to the rule. What happens to every tennis player that's, you know, I'm not being sexist, but what happens to every young female student with the likes of, what's her name? What's the young girl? Ivana, what's her name? What's her name? The girl, the blonde girl in the 90s that everybody was like, boo! Kornikova. What happens to the young girls that start taking pictures of their ass all the time? They fail. They ride the wave until they're like 22.
I just don't get why girls are always.
You can't show your ass
Can I
forever.
ask girls, why do you think that posting a picture on any social media going like this?
You think if I show my ass, people
what are you
will
trying
more
to
people
get?
will watch?
My question to you, I feel like typing is, what are you getting from that? Do you want guys to say, "Oh baby, you're sexy"?
Yeah.
I don't get it. They're like, ugh. And then what do you get from? I'm sorry. I hate pictures. I can't do that. It's just I don't get it. I don't get it.
We're not.
I don't get it. Like I see my friends that are in their 40s and they're like.
Oh, they did.
But they stick their butts out. It's like, do you want? Is that what you want?
Oh, what I don't get is you get these people that stick their lips out. They're taking selfies. They're doing this. How do you even do that?
With the wait, and then they do those apps that make your face look clear. So it's not even you know. I don't get it.
So stupid. Anyway, because of this message, I should have given this young lady a shout out a long time ago. But there is a really fine young lady. Her name is Lori, and I'm sorry, the last name.
Beck. Lori Beck.
Beck.
I think Lori.
Her wonderful husband.
No, it's not Lori Beck. I'm sorry. I'm thinking
now we look like
Lori.
shit.
Lori, I forgot your last name. LeBlanc.
Okay, LeBlanc, yeah. but Lori is someone that has a husband that works his ass off and is a captain on boats. And he's not here a lot, and he's a good tennis player in his own right. And she has taken it under her wing to try to get our courts resurfaced and to deal with the politics thereof head on. I take a step away from the jokes we've been having for about the past hour. I mean this seriously. Carla and I and Lori and a lot of people here on this island with the likes of Barbara Wharton and Bear Wharton and Becky and Hugo, Barbara Messenger, please help me forget names, Lauren Carter, her son. Please help me not forget names in Dauphin Island. Osti, who else? Kayla. Who else am I missing on this island before we look like ass?
That live in the island?
That live here, that we're, yeah. Carla and I, we live on a wonderful island and we're very blessed to live here, but the tennis courts here were done about 4 years ago, I think, 4 or 5 years ago, and they weren't done quite correctly. And but they're beautiful and we love them, but if they're not redone within the next couple of years, they won't exist. And I think Lori right now is the really only person, no disrespect to anyone else, but I think Lori is.
Yeah, she took it a step
Lori-
above to want to deal with it.
Yeah, Lori is the only person right now that I think that really truly gets it. You know, a lot of people will say, "Oh, I hope you do good," and I don't want to deal with politics. That's fine. I don't want to deal with it either. We don't own property here, so we can't deal with it because we're not bought into it because we don't own anything. We just rent. So we're not able to say what we want to say, but
And I don't think I want to.
but we're the people that unfortunately will either live or not live and have to move if the courts don't eventually get redone.
They're hard courts.
And Lori is the person that has really taken ownership of that and understands that and still has the energy to deal with the politics. The courts being redone here isn't a matter of our survival. It's a matter of fact, if they don't get redone, we'll have to move anyway, and then they just won't be there anymore, and no one will ever look after them, and that's another sad day. Just like Ryan Mason's club in Mississippi is derelict, just like Mirror Lake in Mobile is derelict, just like Oakwood was at one point in time derelict, and based upon when they kicked you out, I think they're probably still derelict now. There's a lot of clubs in this country that have nothing but weeds growing on the courts because there's no one like all of us that will take care of them. And when I mean us, I mean all of you. But if our courts aren't resurfaced eventually, especially if there's another hurricane, then we won't be here and we'll be doing the show in a different spot.
All right.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. We've lived this game our entire lives. We've seen it before, and unfortunately, sometimes the cookie doesn't crumble the way you want it to crumble. But nothing new underneath the sun. Anyway, thank you, Lori, for your attention to the importance of a sport in which fitness, fun, and friendships is the absolute epitome of what it is. Tennis is not just something to go talk shit at the local bar about. It is an international language. It is a way that people, no matter where you are from, whether it's Japan, Russia, Ukraine, India, North Korea, wherever it may be, if we can share the game, we are sharing something and we can be at peace with one another. Right? Kind of like Bob Marley, you know, is this love? Is this love? Is this love that I'm feeling? Oh, you know what I'm saying? Is this love? And tennis is love. And that's, 40 love, 15 love, 30 love. We love, and I get a kick out of it. We do the show and new people come on. They're like, yo, your freaking video recording looks like shit. I'm like, get lost. Who gives a shit?
All right, come on, man.
Anyway, okay. All right, I talked enough.
So, Dushan, listen, because there are a few numbers that are off. You're off by
Can I do
points.
the teams now?
Let's go.
Okay. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to read off the leaderboard of the fantasy team competition. There are 2 winners for this competition. The 2 winners will receive the same prize, $50 apiece, 5 sets of Swaitek strings. I will order you up to 2 5K tennis shirts from Teespring. You can pick it or the merchandise, whatever. But I'm going to read the remaining players on the leaderboard, okay? And I'm going to read them now. Do I have time to read who's left, or should I just roll through it?
Go for it. Go.
All right, let me make sure.
Look at that. I'm like 41. I'm yawning.
Yeah.
At 7:36.
Well, this is going to end it, okay? Mm-hmm. Here's the leaderboard for the fantasy teams and the cash. In no particular order. First player, Carla. Carla has 61 points and 10 players left and only 2 players out on her men's team. Here are her remaining players. Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic, Stefano Tsitsipas, Matteo Berrettini, Kei Nishikori, Christian Garin, Musetti. Then in the women's side, she has Iga Swiatek, Badosa, and Coco Gauff. Okay? So she has 10 players left. That are her players. Sister to Queen, my number 1 lady, my poetic, my special thing, right? My special thing. Always a love to talk to you. Here are her players, and she is the sole leader in first place, by the way. And she is female. Let's get down, Sister to Queen. Let's go, California. Here is the team she has remaining. Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic, Stefano Tsitsipas, Musetti, Nishikori, Garin. Now understand,
Same as me.
She has the same as you. Okay? Now, her women's team, Iga Swiatek, Serena Williams. She has her alone. Carla does not have her. Mm-hmm. Coco Gauff, Sloane Stephens, and Jabeur. I must remind everybody that Sister the Queen will be very hard to catch, and she, in my opinion, will be one of the 2 top champions. Sister the Queen has 69 points and 11 players left. Next player, no particular order. I obviously know my tennis. Let's go. Everybody has knocked this person for the past 3 or 4 shows and said things like, he's a troll or she's a troll. They don't know what the hell we're talking about. They're on the leaderboard, so stop dissing and respect, because they're making the showing. Stop messing around. Okay? He earned his keep. Okay? Don't forget that. No more disrespecting, obviously, know my tennis. Seriously. He's battling.
All right, just say it.
I just don't, man. The guy playing, man. It's like Karatsev on tour.
Yeah.
I mean, I always know my tennis is in the ballpark.
For 56 points.
Respect that. It doesn't matter. He's on the leaderboard. He has a mathematical chance to win.
Okay, let's go.
I obviously know my tennis. Here's his remaining team. Rafael Nadal. Berrettini center.
Okay.
Nishikori.
Okay.
Swiatek.
Good.
Coco Gauff.
Good.
Badosa.
Good.
Rybakina.
Good.
Sursti.
Good. Kirsty, they said it's how you say it.
Whatever, man. Swiatek, Swaitek.
So he's probably gonna lose Rybakina.
If Sursti
and might lose Sinner and Berrettini. Okay, got it.
Look, I obviously know my tennis. If Rybakina and Sursti lose, you're out. You're out.
Kirsty.
Okay, you're still in. But if Rybakina and Sursti lose, you're done.
Okay, Kirsty.
Next player. Oh, and by the way, obviously know my tennis has 56 points and 10 players left.
Got it.
Next player, Gene Swart. What's up, South Africa? Whoa!
Alex Couillard, you still
let's
in?
go.
I don't think Alex Couillard's still in it. No, you're
Alex
not.
Couillard, you were removed, and I'll
So
tell you
are
why.
you, Matt Kane?
Matt Kane removed because these leaders have the same players you have and more. And look, I wrote them down, bro. I wrote them down. I got all the reasons why all y'all removed right here.
All right, come on.
Right here. I got it. Okay, next player, Gene Swart. Okay, Gene Swart has 57 points and only 8 players left. Gene Swart is way on the outside looking in. If Krejcikova wins the tournament, he has a chance. If Krejcikova does not win the French Open, you're done.
Oh.
It doesn't matter which way you look at it.
You're done.
Krejcikova wins this tournament, you might end up tied for second.
You're done.
But if Krejcikova loses, you're done.
You're done.
You have no chance.
No, I'm telling you, you're done.
All right, next player, Zest for Life. You're not fully clean unless you're zestfully clean. I like Ivory Spring better. I think Ivory Spring does better than Zest.
I know my tennis, he says, has 57 points, not 56.
Where is it?
Duchamp.
I obviously know my tennis.
Mm-hmm.
I can add it up, bro.
All right, Duchamp, let's go.
20. Look.
All right, Duchamp. No,
it's okay. We'll correct it.
Okay, we'll go
correct
back to it.
Definitely, we will for sure. Once we are on the same song sheet, literally, then we're going gold with yours, and you will be compensated for all of this.
But we'll wait.
Seriously.
So we'll go back to his, and we'll say it to him.
All right. Yeah. So we're like 1 point off there. Okay.
Well,
He's still either way.
Maybe you're not.
He's still way on the outside.
Maybe you're not 1 point off.
Maybe not.
Okay.
Okay. Who did I just leave off on? I mentioned
Zest for Life.
Zest for Life. Okay. Zest for Life. Who he has left is Nadal, Zverev, Garin. Mistake. Duchamp, I made a mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Garin is still in though.
Okay. No, but I gave him a point for Fokina. Anyway, so
Fokina won his 3rd round.
Fokina lost, didn't he?
Davidovich beat Casper Ruud.
That's the 3rd round? Okay, I got it right then. I got it right. Sorry, it's all right. Okay. So Zest for Life has 62 points. I got it right. 62 points with 8 players left. Okay? Mm-hmm. And next, in 2nd place, Sister to Queen is in 1st place. Casper, a.k.a. Dead Seville, has won this twice before. He is going for his 3rd major. Okay? He has won Wimbledon. He has won the U.S. Open. And he may very well win the French Open. If he wins this and then gets the 1 remaining major, he will have a career Grand Slam. He'll have it all. Casper, a.k.a. Dead Seville, has 67 points right behind Sister to Queen with 11 players left. Casper, a.k.a. Dead Seville, has the following players: Djokovic, Nadal, Tsitsipas, Nishikori, Garin, and Davidovich Fokina. On the women's side, Pavlyuchenkova, Gauff, Rybakina, Badosa, and Martic. He has 67 points. Okay? If I'm 1 or 2 off, Dosha and I will get it together. But
Okay.
But look, I did this 4 times today. I still don't think I've made an error. I did it 4 times today.
Okay.
4 times with you next to me, adding up, making sure it was right. Casper right now, by my mathematics, is in second place. Sister to Queen has 69 points with 11 players left. And Casper, a.k.a. Dedseville, going for his third major, has 11 players left and 67 points. Okay? I'm telling you I'm right. I'm telling you.
Right.
The next player is foot fault tennis. Did I read Casper's team?
Yes, you did.
Okay, the next one is foot fault tennis. And foot fault tennis came out of nowhere. Foot fault tennis was way behind from the get-go and has just been slowly, methodically gaining traction. And now he's on the leaderboard. Foot fault tennis has 63 points. 10 players left. Here's his team. Nadal, Tsitsipas, Djokovic, Garin, Nishikori. It's very respectable. On the women's side, Goff, Badosa, Sursteed, Jabeur, and Rybakina. I must say that with his unique picks, if he continues to win a couple more rounds, he will beat everyone. And Casper and Sister to Queen and foot fault tennis will be in the thick of it until the finals of the men's and women's happen. Colatelli had a really strong showing early on. He had a perfect draw in the first round. He didn't lose anybody in the first round. But he had 7 one-point players, and that cost him a little bit for those that had 2-point players that moved on. But he's still in the thick of it and has a chance. Colatelli had 60 points and 8 players left. Here's his team. Nadal, Sinner, Tsitsipas and Garin, Osaka's done. Vondrousova, Sakari.
Vondrousova's still in?
Vondrousova's in. Sakari, Pegula, and Rybakina. Okay? Those are the players on the leaders list. So let me remind you, if you have any questions about your score and you think I am wrong or Dushan is wrong, we will network it because, again, there's money on the table. And the world...
Go back to the one that he said. Is
Who?
Pegula did lose.
Where?
Go back to the last one that you just said.
Okay. Everybody's probably bailing here, but it doesn't matter.
No, that's good. Pegula
Okay,
lost.
on the last one,
Yeah.
foot fault tennis or Colatelli?
But the last one, Colatelli.
Okay, Pegula lost her third
Pegula
round
lost.
match.
Yeah, take off 2 points.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So instead of 11, I have 9. I made a mistake. Dushan caught it. So
Well, that was Jane who
49, 59, 58. So Colatelli should have 58 points.
And he's still in?
Colatelli is eliminated.
Thank you.
Colatelli is out.
Okay, now go back to...
Okay, hold on. Let me rip out Colatelli. Oh, and by the way, before these people get ripped out, be ready for Wimbledon. We're doing the same thing again in just a couple of weeks. All you players that played, Colatelli, Lunivid, Stefanisevic.
All right, babe, don't say the whole name. Everybody.
I think everybody deserves respect.
All
That's
right,
the
but
thing.
still,
Is no one remembers second place anymore.
No, Osaka said it. You don't remember second
We
place.
should remember
Let's
second
go back
place.
to the one that he was talking about.
All right, who?
Which was not Carla, not Sister to Queen.
Okay,
Go
who?
to the next one.
Okay.
I obviously know my tennis.
What you got?
Dushan. Let's see. Nadal.
Which one?
He's got 3 points for Nadal, Dushan. Berrettini, 3 points. Sinner, 3 points. Karatsev, 2 points. Cecchinato, 4 points. Nishikori, 6 points. Alcaraz, 6 points. Swaitek.
Fusovic had 2.
Why is her round 2 not have 1 point?
Okay, let me count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So
He was right.
Okay, so I obviously know my tennis had 56 points, but he has 57.
58, he said he should have. Okay, let's see. Goff, 6 points. Badosa, 6 points. Rybakina, 6 points. Kirsty, 6 points.
Let's just count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. 5, 6, 7, 8, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 45, 56, 57.
57 points. 57 points is what we counted. Okay, he said 57. Yeah.
So he was right again.
Okay.
Damn, he's good. Dushan, please, dude, let me send you something, bro. You have been like the cornerstone in this
Casper had Martic and she lost, they said.
Where?
Casper Betzeville.
Okay, Casper. I gave Martic 0 points all the way across.
Okay, he didn't give her any points.
No points.
Maybe he misspoke. Check that score. Sister Queen said, check that score.
Let me go. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 26. Got it. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. Okay. 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, Cerise, 45, 6, 67. Got it.
He's got it.
Casper's at 67 points.
67. Check it. Decibel's okay. All right, then.
Sister the Queen, my lady.
You're
Let's
right.
go.
So fair play. All this calculation must be tough. All right. Guess
All right.
what? I'm hungry. I think all I had today was snack, eggs, and avocado with some tortillas.
So look, before I say goodbye, look, this is how these sheets look. So I write the teams down, and then I make like 1 round and then 2 rounds. It's like an Excel sheet, but Duchamp does the Excel sheet himself. So as these matches, go, I start looking at players that have the same players that are far behind. So I'll just pull one out. So who is this? Colatelli. Like, he's got Sister the Queen has these players except Sinner, but he's so far behind. So even if Sinner won the tournament, he wouldn't catch up.
Baby, come on.
Anyway.
All right,
All right.
come on.
All right, enough of that.
Please.
Let the scientists remain in the lab. Guys, don't forget to be ready for this for Wimbledon.
Gene, get some sleep. It's 3 in the morning.
We're going to do this. He's 18. He's young bucks the weekend. We're going to do the same thing for Wimbledon. The only thing you have to do is subscribe for it and just put your teams in. No matter who wins this. Oh, the tennis racket giveaway. Sorry, that's the last thing. There's only one person left for the $250 or the tennis racket, whatever, the biggest pot. And that person's name is Patrick Young. All of you guys picked Swaitek and Sabalenka. All of you guys picked, who else? TM or whatever. He is the only person that picked this final. Okay? I lost my notebook already. How do I lose it on a table with all this shit? Okay, it's over here. Patrick Young picked Rafael Nadal to beat Stefano Tsitsipas and Serena Williams to beat Iga Swiatek.
Interesting.
Now, Patrick Young, if that happens, whatever you want. The tennis racket, $250. This Babolat Pure Aero, or actually, this was before that, Pure Aero Pro Dry. Whatever, you'll get it. And he did really well in the fantasy team too, but he wasn't able to keep up with Casper and Sister the Queen. If I had to forecast right now the winners, I really think that the winners right now will be Casper for his 3rd major and Sister the Queen for her first female and African-American female to bring some freaking drama here. She puts in work. My lady, roses are red, violets are blue. If this day didn't end without a sight of you, man, I would be sad and go boo-hoo.
Oh my God.
Love you, my lady.
Cheesy,
Love you, my lady. I don't care. I don't care, man.
Sister Queen, you gotta write something.
Yeah. She's awesome.
All right.
Love her. All right. Everybody, thanks so much for watching. We will see you tomorrow, probably around the same time. It's supposed to rain all day.
Supposed to, hopefully not.
It's supposed to rain all day, but we'll see you tomorrow, probably for 6 o'clock p.m., same time. But if we can do it earlier, we will. And Sister the Queen, I hope you win this. And Casper, a.k.a. Ditzaville, if you win your 3rd major, you will be considered the GOAT. You will be the greatest of all time because you've won 3 majors and you'll only be 1 shy of all 4. And that will be, he'll have to win the Australian to do it. He's won the U.S. Anyway. All right,
guys. Good night.